Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that will be linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal. Of course, tonight, big game, Oxford United away in the FA Cup. I'm going to be at the game, looking forward to it. I've never been to Oxford's ground before, the Kassam Stadium, so looking forward to that one. We now know as well that our reward, if we were to beat Oxford, is an away trip against Manchester City. But you know what, right? Just before I get into the transfers, why do they do that? Why do they make the announcement of the next round before all the games are completed? Why can't they wait until after the game's completed and then do the draw? It's utterly ridiculous to me. I mean, it's almost like they're so eager to do it, to get it on TV, that, you know, because let's be real, we shouldn't know who we're about to face in the next round before we play this game today. I think it's a bit ridiculous, you know. Maybe that's why Chelsea deliberately lost 4-0 yesterday, because they didn't want to face us again. But listen, one of the things that are going to be really interesting about tonight is to see Emile Smith-Rowe, who should play in the game tonight. He was training with Arsenal yesterday, apparently looking good. He's been missing since the start of the season. Now, I know that saying and that phrase annoys a lot of fans, but he could be like a new signing. I mean, he could be a vital player for Mikel Arteta if we're to get him back to full fitness and get him motoring and firing like what he was doing last season. Remember last season, he scored about 10 goals for Arsenal, and, you know, having that sort of goal output from, you know, midfield and wide areas is absolutely essential. And boy, could we have done with an Emile Smith-Rowe to bring off the bench the other night against Newcastle. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Emile Smith-Rowe gets on. It could also have a bearing, when you sort of think about it, on the signings that we make. Not that it will stop us from making the signings, but maybe it buys us a little bit more time, because as I see it right now, I would love to see a signing come in this week before that Tottenham game. But if Smith-Rowe's back to a good level, back to a good fitness, and we know that we can have him as a player that can come off the bench against Tottenham, maybe that sort of lessens that rush into buying a player like, say, a Mudryk and paying way over the odds for him. Maybe we can sort of leave that till later on in the window. I know that's not what people want to hear, but, you know, that could be a factor if Smith-Rowe hits the ground running. So really important to see how he gets on tonight. And of course, we're going to be wearing that all-white kit, just as a reminder. Tonight, I remember we wore it last year, we lost. But it is for a great cause, the No More Red cause, while we're wearing that kit. And it's a real good anti-knife crime message, which is a real problem, especially here in London. Moving on with the transfers, Felix still being heavily linked with a move to Arsenal. Now, we're being told that there's going to be important talks taking place this week between his agent, Jorge Mendes, and Arsenal. They're going to be trying to thrash out a deal to get this guy over the line and to Arsenal. He actually played last night for Atletico Madrid in the game that they lost. They lost 1-0 against Barcelona, and he was substituted in the game. Listen, he wants a new challenge. You know what I mean? He wants out of Atletico Madrid. The manager's frustrated with him. It would be great. It would be a great coup for Arsenal to get this one done. Now, as it stands, the two clubs that are interested in him are Arsenal and Manchester United. But Manchester United seem to definitely be all in now for Wout Weghorst from Burnley, who's on loan over there in Turkey. And they're sort of, you know, starting to push now for more advanced talks for Weghorst. So it could be that Arsenal get a free run at this Felix. And if they can get that loan fee down, and Arsenal looking to try and get it down to around about £5 million from now till the end of the season, this deal could happen. And I think, again, it'd be a really positive one if we could get a player of this quality into Arsenal before the end of the season. So let's see what happens with this one. It'd be a great January loan signing if we could get this one done. It would be real shrewd business, but they've got to get that loan fee down. And then, of course, Mykhailo Mudryk. Again, we're talking about it every single day. I said yesterday how there was an agent over in the Ukraine basically saying that, Shakhtar have got him in this golden cage. In other words, free Mudryk. Mudryk wants to come to Arsenal. Now, Shakhtar Donetsk, of course, they're on their winter break. They're supposed to be having a training session or training camp over in Turkey that starts today. So Mudryk should be flying over to Turkey to start his training camp with Shakhtar from today. But what is going to happen with this one? Don't have to keep going over it day in, day out. They're holding out for mega money for him. Arsenal don't want to pay that. Arsenal, I think, have made a very, very good offer in £62 million. But Shakhtar are holding out and holding out. As I said yesterday with the Hossein Mawar saga, remember that one? And now we see Hossein Mawar at the moment set to leave at the end of this season on a free transfer. Shakhtar got to be a bit careful here. The player wants to come to Arsenal, and that, of course, is working in our favour. It seems to be between Arsenal and Chelsea, or he ends up staying, one of the three. But it's still starting to draw out and longer and longer and longer. And as I said, this is why the Smith Rowe thing, if he comes in and hits the ground running, may sort of make Arsenal think, all right, we're going to wait a bit. We're going to wait right till the end of the window. You might be in danger of losing this deal. So brinkmanship going on here, but we know that the player wants to come to Arsenal. Why would he want to go to Chelsea right now? And this is not mocking Chelsea, but let's be real right now. If you've got a choice between Arsenal and Chelsea, why would you want to go to Chelsea? Chelsea in the absolute mud at the moment, and Arsenal, are on fire at the moment. I mean, it's a much more exciting project. So, we've got that going in our favour. We don't normally have those things going in our favour over Chelsea, but we do at the moment. So let's see where he ends up going. Now, I spoke a couple of days ago about this one, Alejandro Balde, the 19-year-old left-back who plays for Barcelona. He was also playing in the World Cup, looked really, really good for Spain. He, again today, been heavily linked with a move to Arsenal. Said to be Arsenal and also Newcastle, according to a publication called Football España. It's said to be those two clubs that are really, really interested in him. As a matter of fact, being encouraged to put in bids for him, which is a real surprise. According to Football España, that's what they're saying, because he's been playing for Barcelona. He's broken into the Spanish team. He's come through their system there, through their academy. It'd be a real surprise if they want to sell him. Xavi loves him. But according to Football España, they're encouraged to make bids for him. Now, is this his agent trying to sort of get him a really good wage at Barcelona? We know that Barcelona, financial issues, etc. He's got 18 months left on his contract. Or is this genuine? Again, do Arsenal need a left back? I mean, I know he's a talented kid and everything, but we've got, Zinchenko, we've got Kieran Tierney, and let's be real, none of them are exactly, aging players. You know what I mean? They're all both players in their prime. I don't think we really need to go for this player right now. But those are the rumours that are out there. We're also being linked with another Barcelona player, and that is Memphis Depay. The Netherlands centre-forward is available. He's only played a couple of games for Barcelona this season. And according to the Spanish outlet Sport, Arsenal and Manchester United both interested in signing him. He's into the final year of his contract. That will be up in the summer when he'll be able to leave Barcelona on a free. As I said, he's been very sparingly used for Barcelona. Now that Lewandowski is there, he's not getting a look in. Before he had Aubameyang there, he wasn't getting a look in then. He's not going to really get much of a look in from now till the end of the season, unless Lewandowski gets injured. You know what I mean? He's just not the main man there. The main man for the Netherlands, watched him in the World Cup. He was the main man there, but he's not the main man when it comes to Barcelona. Now, would Manchester United move in for him if they're going to get Weghorst? It's obvious that Manchester United are after a striker, but it seems to be Wout Weghorst who they're really going after. So if Arsenal wanted him, surely it opens up for them to be able to get a deal done to bring him in. I'm not too sure about Memphis Depay. Is he a prolific enough goal scorer to bring in? He's a quality player. There's no doubt about that, especially for his country. But would Arsenal make a move for him? Listen, it's an option. It's an option, and we need options. So let's see how that one develops. And yesterday I spoke about Tammy Abraham. By the way, he scored yesterday. I was talking about how few goals he scored this season in Serie A. He actually scored a really important one in the last seconds of the game against AC Milan to get a 2-2 draw for Roma. It hasn't been a prolific season for him, and he's been linked with a move away, including a move to Arsenal. But Fabrizio Romano saying today that, listen, he will not be sold this January transfer window, maybe in the summer, but this January transfer window, Roma have no intentions of selling him. He's an important player. And after scoring that important goal yesterday, that probably makes it even less likely for him to leave Roma and go abroad right now. So those are the rumours for today. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Don't forget, we're here each and every day of the transfer window right here on AFTV. So subscribe so you don't miss a thing, and like this video as well. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.